Of course, just the hover, the center for now. But there are plenty of options, right? The AP junglers, other ADs as well. They go towards that center. So LNG have a couple of different paths they can go down now. They can go an AP jungler themselves, kind of lock out Skarner from being in that slot. And the Corki lock-in does make me feel like, no, they're gonna throw the Ziggs back at JackeyLove. All right, I like this. This is a real, you know, big change up in pace for Gala, but it's not something we're unfamiliar with him on. He's done it before in the past. And I guess there's also the mention of, technically, they could chuck Ziggs mid. They're probably going to put Corki mid, but, you know, they could throw them about. Double Demolitionist matchup in the mid lane, but there's that Ornn, right? To pair up with that center. Seen that scaling matchup before. And of course, there is still the option, if they want it, of putting that Ornn in the top side if they feel like they want to put it into Skarner. I feel like it's probably something that Ornn would be able to just scale through moderately comfortably, as now Top Esports banning away those engage options. And like we mentioned for LNG, though they didn't lock in an AP jungler, he
picks out the Skarner in a team fight, and that changes the way that you can fight these fights. And with the lack of kind of front line after the Mordekaiser and the Ornn, you're going to need to take targets out quickly for Top Esports.
Yeah, very nice pick up here for 369. I imagine the lane, though I haven't actually been able to catch how a laning phase has played out. Theoretically, you should be able to go toe-to-toe damage-wise. You've got sustain in your kit. You're a manaless champion, so you're not really worried about resources either. And then, of course, like you mentioned later on, being able to just zap someone into the Death Realm. Any one of those champions is a valid target, right? It doesn't really matter. You take a damage dealer, fantastic. You take a frontliner that's diving in, all of a sudden they're not diving your backline, right? Life just feels good. So very strong pick up for 369. And a good mix of damage through and through for Top Esports to deal with. They're looking to be very anti-dive this game. I think we've got a very easy flow to follow, Mazel. And it's LNG want to go in, and Top Esports want to go backwards until they can go forwards. That's just about it. Let's see how this will play out. The early game is where I'm going to keep my eyes on Tian. On this brand, a lot of power inside of that pick. How much damage can he get done? And you can honestly ask the exact same question of the Jarvan, can't you?
True, actually. You find ways in, I guess. But this one is the matchup everybody's been waiting for. This is the top of Group C. Who will come out on top? LNG in their home arena or Top Esports? We've got an interesting comps on either side, and I'm sure we're going to get those loud Jaios. So let's see what Game 1 has in store for us.
Dare I say, Mazel, Top Esports might have more fans in LNG's arena today. Dare I say. We'll see what Game 2's Jaios are saying, but I felt like I heard more Top Esports fans there.
It's not a competition, all right? We're all here to have fun, all right? We're all here to have fun. No, we're not. We're here to win.
Exactly.
We'll see what happens. So I'm very curious now. We talked so much about the mid lane matchup, but I think more curiously, it's the Brand versus the Jarvan matchup itself. How active WeiWei can be is going to set the tempo of the objectives and things like that, because Tian will be really good around those big fights.
Yeah, Tian really will. Very curious about the build as well out of Tian. What he'll decide to go towards. JackeyLove putting a little bit of pain down onto Hung as he cleared that ward out. But yeah, Tian, a lot of very strong options. Oh, WeiWei's going for a Raptor into invade path, and this is really difficult for Tian to actually deal with, though another ward was placed down, so he knows it's happening. He can just give up the Gromp. Problem is, WeiWei can actually go and check in on the wolves after the fact. Tian can know this, though. You can kind of see the bit of a chicken dance going on. Tian's deciding whether or not he wants to go and recheck his jungle as a Creme. Put a big emphasis on this mid lane matchup. Hey, the blades came up for scout there. That's why I kind of held my breath. But he's going to be alright now. Level 2 gank.
They got the cheeky
side.
gank. Cheeky little gank here. Flash out from at least JackeyLove. Able to get some fight back, but that'll be a big summoner spell to be revisited by LNG.
Yeah, no doubt. And like we mentioned, Jarvan, Rakan, Skarner. Flash is the most valuable resource for JackeyLove and for Tian in this game. Without it, they are very vulnerable targets. There's no Tahm Kench in this game to save him. It's Ornn, all right? Who's looking for those re-engages, looking to make the life of Gala and Scout really awkward on the overhead. As this is also a matchup, I'm very curious to see about how it plays out, because theoretically Mordekaiser should just have a really good time. It's Juggernaut into Juggernaut at the end of the day, right? So it's bound to just be very trade heavy. But again, 369 having that innate sustain is a very, very big deal as JackeyLove.
Oh, he tries to get the knockback, but he can't do it.
Man.
That's a big score for LNG. The Ignite gets hung first blood.
That was real damn sick from Hung and Gala, man. Finding that knockback was incredible. Flash out from Gala does feel alright when you're getting that kill down. The only bad thing really is that the kill goes on to Hung. So still a lead is taken. Creme looking for the end.
Creme? Creme?
He's got it.
Explosive charge. Hung is there to save the day though, and he kills him in cold blood. Scout and LNG up 2-0.
Yeah, Hung doesn't go for the reset after the play on the bottom side. He roams up to the top side to find his way into the mid lane and is able to save his mid laner. Great, great roam as Creme. He had the opportunity there, right? At the end of the day, Scout had no more resources to actually throw out back at him. So real, real good move. And now LNG find themselves with 2 early kills, 1 into the Corki as well, and that's a real big deal. The poke into some of these champions eventually is going to feel real, real bad. So Top Esports, they want to try and find an avenue very, very soon. They're down 1,000 gold in 4 minutes.
Dude, JackeyLove is just out. he's just out on a stroll looking for souls. Looking for his twin soul, maybe. Trying to find something, but he does end up getting a couple of his health bars chunked away from him. I do want to see where resets are coming out for junglers. We actually have Tian going down towards bot side here. He took the advantage while they saw WeiWei going bot to take over the Gromp from him on blue side. So we'll be curious if he looks to invade anymore, but this was the play on bot.
Okay, let's look at this, because this was so clean. Knockback after the knock up. So difficult, and I mean, you know, comes from that play on the bottom side, blowing JackeyLove's flash. Ignite finds that tick. Gets the first blood. It's just clean, isn't it? From Gala and Hung. Know their limits really well in that specific instance, and of course, Senna is just so squishy. Makes it all the easier.
And if you can start getting some advantage for Ziggs and you can start taking some of these plates, that's the bread and butter right there. As we see objectives are spawning onto the map. We have about 30 seconds for the Crubs. As it is opposite side for both junglers at this point, so you wonder maybe they aren't going to look to try to contest over each other, but WeiWei already on bot side.
Yeah, WeiWei on bottom side with his moat, his glowing moat on the way to interrupt this bottom side 2v2. Though I say 2v2, JackeyLove's not actually there right now. Meiko. Oh,
he gets the flash, flag and drag combo. They do get the damage back. That satchel charge helps get into range, and WeiWei smacks him down.
Yeah, I don't want to be too mean to Meiko, but press W to buffer the first knock-up. Then you might be able to get away there, but gets his searing charge interrupted, and as soon as that happens, he's just dead, right? So, good pickup by LNG, but also Meiko a bit of a micro mistake there. Now will be the dragon on the back end. Tian will get his grubs on the top side. Creme.
The explosive.
All right. They're really playing on the edge, eh?
They really are.
Scout.
They heard we wanted excitement.
Yeah. And they're getting it for now in between these little skirmishes and the team fights.
A little one-sided excitement.
Yeah, you know, it is one-sided, but it is what it is. You take what you get. Top Esports, again, it's going to take a bit of time to scale up for them as well.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about a little bit, or at least alluding to, is if you can give Zig some time. Like, he's already taken 2 plates there, right? It's only 7 minutes into the game. You're going to have so much time to chunk that one down. Then you start moving him out of the lane and getting more of those plates. The 2,000 gold lead that LNG already have will be exacerbated. Now, we actually want to see if TES want to be proactive here. Do you think that's the name of the game here for Tian now that he's about to hit level 6?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you've got that ultimate coming up for Tian, the fact that you've got the Call of the Forge God now for Meiko as well. Playmaking abilities are there, right? So now this is where they can look for those windows. You really want to see Tian try and get out onto the map as soon as possible with this ultimate, because it just provides so much additional damage. It's so difficult to also answer as well in so many instances. That with all of the CC on top of it. Zika gonna be able to find that pullback, but very, very dangerous for a moment for 369. Nearly gets pulled under the tower. But yeah, Top Esports, they've got those playmaking opportunities now. And you really have to keep your eyes peeled on, you know, where WeiWei is to find the answers back, right? To enable the rest of LNG to actually get those callbacks in.
Tian going to be happy with the farming style right now. He's up a decent amount of CS over WeiWei. WeiWei has hit level 6, so I expect his ganking tempo to increase a little bit at least. But Tian's going to have his whole red side of the jungle to farm here on this pathing, so nothing else going to really be on the map just yet. And that's where eyes kind of look to LNG, and they've done good with it so far with a little bit of a lead. But they are the team that definitely is in more of the proactive seat here with the style that WeiWei brings on the J4.
Yeah, definitely, right? I will say a lot of LNG's picks, and I'll call them that so far, have been moderately, you know, opportunistic, right? JackeyLove has no flash, he steps up a little bit too far, gets clipped by the W, and he just dies for it. So it's very, very hard to deal with as Tian just trying to cause a bit of nuisance in this topside jungle here.
He cleared
and
his blue side so fast.
Yeah, he definitely did. But frankly, that's a 1v1 that brand wins. It's so hard for Chopin to actually answer. They're looking for a dive.
This and I mean, bold.
It is bold.
Ixtal's impact straight into the turret. 369 with a little bit of damage. They get him right back, and he's going to get the kill after everything as Tian was able to get a big one. Oh, a little engage there on Meiko on bot side. All right, nothing else going to come of it. The kill on top side means that Zika not able to back because of the way that Tian can posture over this wave. This might still be another dive.
Yeah, they can look for it. No flash on Zika for now, though. Bottom side, they want JackeyLove.
Oh, JackeyLove. He might have... Okay, he flashes there. Oh, they're going to get him on the top side. Oh, my goodness. Meanwhile, bot side, Meiko is getting a little bit low. Looks like nothing else going to come of it. Yeah, that initial pyroclasm into the staying under turret ends up getting a lengthy kill for Top Esports, and they get themselves on the board.
Yeah, those kind of setups are so brand favored. There's not really much an answer. I mean, one of the things that you can really be obnoxious about if you play Brand in the jungle, just walk into a lane when you have level 6. If your tower's, you know, if you've got a wave shoved in, it's just so easy to just poke out the enemy bottom lane or the enemy top laner, and they just can't do anything about it. And then you can go and get an objective for free off the numbers advantage. Gala, though, down here, letting the wave die.
Oh, no.
His tower is secured. And that's a big, big lead he is going to have for himself. Should have his first item off of all of this as well. As we take a look likely at the top side plate. And yeah, I mean, I like this, you know, this attempt to try and one-bop this Mordekaiser, but it just, yeah, a bit too hard to make work. A very tanky champion Mord is, and Tian's AoE is massive. The bouncing, the E as well, the conflagration, instant proc, so hard to deal with, and now they're going to get grubs off the back of it as well, all 6.
That's so big, too, because not only do you get all the souls for JackeyLove, you get all 6 grubs for a team that has Tristana. It's going to be really, really difficult. They have their own pushing powers on the other side. Nice buffer of the rocket jump there by Creme. Gala, after taking that tower bot side, will be going mid. Exactly the plan that we talked about early on. They just need to move him around the map and get him gold.
Exactly. That's always what you want to do with Ziggs. As Meiko again. He's testing his luck, Searing charging out of those Ricard W's, man. As another great buffer.
Man.
Another great buffer from Creme. LNG, they are looking very aggressively for these plays, just not quite able to find them. And this is where I look towards TES to, you know, have the numbers in the right place, right? Make sure Tian is there to answer out on a play. If someone else, someone else is being dove on, that's perfect cooking for Tian on this brand. Knows that the bottom side play is happening. Too much vision secured by LNG. Wants this cross map here onto Zeka.
They saw JDG eating good in that first game when they were cooking up the Scorpion. Like, I want to try some myself, says Top Esports. They aren't actually going to execute the dive all the way just yet, as they will end up seeing the movement from Gala and Hung up towards this top side of the map. Nothing else going to come of it just yet.
Not yet for now. That second dragon was picked up, and it will be a Cloud Soul for game number 1 in LNG Top Esports. And honestly, it's a pretty good soul to have if you're LNG. 2 divers. One of them is Rakan. Plus the Skarner, I guess he's gonna be able to drag people so far back, Mazel. Never seen anything like it.
It's gonna be kind of nutty, actually. We are getting those item completions up. We got the Leandries for Tian now as well, but the Luden's Companion as well as the Collector there for the side of LNG. And I do see a little bit of mobility around this top side because we have 45 seconds for a Rift Herald to spawn. LNG may be looking to continue a little bit of focus up here.
They want to. Top Esports, though, just going to slowly push them out. But what this opens up for is LNG have this mid lane push. And off the back of it, they're not going to be able to start up the Herald. They've still got another 30 seconds left, so maybe a good reset for a couple of members before looking towards it themselves. Gala's got teleport, so that's what he's going to do. Base TP, maybe Sork shoes. I mean, he's so accelerated, I don't think he's going to have second Diam off rip, but he's going to be... Never mind, he's got Blackfire Torch, so he's 2 items. Let's see how, let's see how he...
He hasn't been able to get mid lane focus, though. Yeah, he got no additional plates on mid lane.
He does a lot of bloody damage, so...
Guess he makes up for it a little bit.
Yeah, he does make up for it. So LNG, this very, very strong Ziggs. How will they look to take this fight? Top Esports again. They've got Meiko here on this Ornn. He needs to be the re-engager. He needs to be able to soak up, dissuade some of the initial engage. Tien needs to not be engaged on, or if he is, it has to be for a good reason, right? He has to be able to find a good bounce ultimate off the back of it.
The Rift Herald started up by Hung, of all people. It is going to be pulled off of while you actually have the movement from the rest of Top Esports up from mid lane. Going to make it up to this fight before Gala even gets around here, but the Rift Herald started up by Top Esports in code.
Yeah, but Zika's got a teleport ward right above that control on the bottom side of the map. This river here, so I imagine that's where he wants to pull the trigger. Maybe the Tri-Brush as well.
Okay.
That's where he's going. Let's see how good the engage is. WeiWei's on the side.
Oh, the Rift Herald's on the other side. Oh, it's going to be JackeyLove that gets it. Dawning Shadow across, though. It's really big. Now you got to look at Creme's resets. He's already got one. Rocket Jump waiting to go over on a scout. Creme is resetting all over the place. And the Lactose Intolerance Club, or the Lactose Tolerance Club, is eating wonderfully here as Creme helps get a double kill for 369. That's going to be 3 body bags of LNG.
Yeah, the ultimate from Senna, the shielding. All of that self-peel available to so many different members. So critical. I didn't even get to see who 369 0'd out of that scenario as well amidst all of it. And whilst all the chaos was going on, Tien's ultimate managed to find its way onto the backline as well. So every single thing that could have gone right for Top Esports went right. So WeiWei goes in. But then again, there's no real follow-up. Yeah, Meiko doesn't get a good knock-up. The ultimate comes down as well from Brand, and it just damages and slows all of these key members on the side of Top Esports. There's just nothing that LNG can really offer there because the follow-up to the initial engage from WeiWei was so lackluster that it just makes the fight super free for Top Esports to take as they start to run them down.
And you're starting to see the impact that this Mordekaiser has, right? You're literally taking a massive portion of LNG's fight potential off of the table early. And not only that, your AP, you have damage. He is massive. And those dice, they're coming up all 9s.
They are. 999. That's what LNG are going to have to call very, very soon. The pace of the game keeps up like this. Big, big wave. Though Hollow Radiance is a fun item. And JackeyLove. Got a little bit of sustain on the back end. But that ult is probably going to end the siege for now. Oh, no.
Oh, Gala just completely 100 to 0'd by Tian. Meanwhile, Hung is starting to the escape here. Meiko's trying to wrap around to make sure they can't. The pincer maneuver has been initiated. He's going to stop him in the wall, but it's really the Rift Herald they're after all along. That tier 2 is going to go down, crashing into dust.
A lot of extra gold picked up on the back end of that play, and Gala just have to question why he was there in the first place. No flash, easy pickings. Ends up dropping to Tian. Tier 2, it's just a massive injection of gold now. Top Esports get to focus on the mid lane, right? They've got the tier 2 bottom side. They stop the dragon stacking. This entire sequence of play has just really thrown the game in a loop for LNG now. Because the problem is, your game is one-track mind as WeiWei.
Oh, he's going to go right back in on the Creme, donning Shadow across the board, and Meiko is the one that comes up with the kill. Oh, Creme rocket jumps preemptively out of that one. Really nice move there, and Top Esports continue to carve out this home of a lead they have.
Yeah, now the problem that LNG are going to face as they suffer another loss for WeiWei is that their composition as a whole is moderately one-track minded, right? It's Jarvan Rakan, Skarner follow-up, hope that the damage is also there, right? You've got the poke available from Gala, but this is an old patch Corki, you know? This is, you know, slightly different Corki compared to what we're used to seeing.
Oh, he just had no idea.
Yeah. I mean,
that's really rough.
It's still greedy pathing at the end of the day. It still is greedy pathing, and he's punished for it. Just shouldn't be there. I mean, he knows where Brand is because he just saw him on the ward behind him. So, either way, that pick does cost them a fair chunk of golden pressure on the map. But yeah, now LNG, they kind of have to shift gears, going back to it. They have to try and find what poke they can from Gala and from Scout, and then look for the engage. If they go at it, you know, head first, 5 versus 5, Top Esports should, at this point in the game, just come out ahead 9 times out of 10. Unless they lose Creme or unless they lose JackeyLove immediately. But it's so difficult for that to happen because 369 has a removed champion button. Yeah, you know, so
exactly.
It's so hard to answer.
And you're also second item spikes for Creme, Tian, and 369. Copycat builds for Tian and 369 as well with the Rallies and the Andries completed. But it's more about the next fights and things, the forcing the Top Esports can do. And you have to remember, this Top Esports team has been at the top of the LPL. They were one of our MSI representatives, but it has not gone well. I wouldn't necessarily call them getting smashed in finals a happy place, right? And so both of these big name orgs are running it back with their comps and the players this time around, and it's been really curious to see it come together for a second split in a row.
Yeah, it definitely has. For Top Esports, especially after what was a very, very disappointing year last year. Hold the thought.
Oh, he catches Gala. Oh my god, Hug is already gone. Gala's just trying to survive, but there's a man that's just rolling dice in his face, and those dice have spikes. As Top Esports, they get Creme out of there, and Pale goes wide, and LNG just cannot stick it.
They can't. It's too difficult. This game is probably more than already far gone. WeiWei.
Oh, WeiWei. This flag and drag.
Sidestep.
That Rallies does so much work, though. You just can't move away from this team. In Top Esports, they were fine sitting back. They were fine farming. Now that we've reached the 20-minute mark, they are fine moving forward, too.
Exactly. Now that they've got this much pressure in the game, this much power, they can use Ornalt as an immediate answer to whatever the hell WeiWei and Hung are looking for. They don't have to wait for the engage to finish at all. So far ahead, and, you know, again, if LNG are diving in, they're just offering themselves up to Tian, right, to get completely cooked and start to spread all of that extra AoE damage. Let's look at it again. Ornalt comes down, they're looking proactively. Hung goes in, but he's very, very separated from any... He's about 2.5 screens away from anyone. Yeah. Gala gets salted. And, like, yeah, what can do, bro? 6-9 just flashes out of the back end, and frankly, he might not have even had to, if we're being honest.
Yeah. And that's the scariest part, is Gala is the gold lead. If there was one for LNG, he's literally 3,000 gold up, obviously, over the non-farming Senna, but it is more so he is the damage factor at this point, it feels like. Him and Scout trying to get to 3 items. But is that going to be enough in enough time? They have bought some time with those dragon stackings. They're going to position around the Baron to maybe force the hand of Top Esports. But they've got a lot of really crucial decisions to make, and one of them is to catch out Meiko. They get engaged on, though, in the end, and JackeyLove is in some trouble. He's going to shoot him straight dead as WeiWei is down. Zika chasing out JackeyLove, but he can't catch him with the Ixtal's impact. Look at those fancy feet. He dragged him away while 369 is holding him in the death realm here, and you have become one with the shadows as JackeyLove picks up the kill. Top Esports can do no wrong.
They really can't, and they get the free kills on the back end. Top Esports, this is a very, very fast Baron. Scout, he's got a big one in the chamber right now, but between him and Gala, they've got to pull off a miracle. Frankly, I don't think they've got it in them. That Baron should go down. No shenanigans, no steal. Smite confirms it. Baron's in, and now they can just go and break the base. End the game very easily. Dragon's up as well, just for the sake of picking it up. They will. And more items come through. Rift Maker, Edge of Night as well is going to make diving JackeyLove just that little bit extra harder. Just that tad more difficult. Life's hard for LNG. It's a miracle in the waiting to happen, if they can even find one.
Yeah, almost 8,000 gold up as top esports. Their composition only gets scarier. You can see LNG, they know what their composition does. They know they need to stack up and scale down, but it is an advance from LNG that gets completely turned on its head. Whoa! They're going to get the reset for Creme. This might actually be a big moment. They're going to save the kill potentially here. Oh, it's going to go to JackeyLove anyways, and they're going to wipe house here. 3 down already for LNG, and guess who's coming up behind you? It's that damn man who keeps rolling dice at you. Gala, what do you do when you got 9s all in front of you? As that's the last inhib tower on the bot side going down. The mites are aplenty. It's looking like a Zerg rush right now as top esports try to finish off game 1, sub 25 minutes. They're crashing the towers down, and they've made a mark on this series. It's 1-0 to kick us off in dominant style. 11,000 gold in the lead.
Clean and decisive. Top esports were that game. LNG had a brief, 5-6 minutes of control. But after that first Herald fight, life was just too difficult. They didn't really have any options, right? Tian, the AoE damage was too much. If they dive onto JackeyLove, well, you know, then Creme's dealing damage, but then also Tian gets a freebie. You can't kill the frontliners. 369 snowballed out of control off that top dive as well. And I think, you know, that was kind of the pre-catalyst to the real catalyst that was the Herald fight. All in all, a very, very good game for top esports. LNG. Yeah. They've got to go back to the drawing board. They really
if 369 doesn't get MVP, like that Mordekaiser pick, every team needs to start picking it